So if you've raised your hand to be an entrepreneur, you're not just raising your hand to do this cool idea. You're raising your hand to turn yourself inside out, to reveal parts of yourself to the world that not many people are going to see. You're going to show up in a way that most people would ordinarily run and hide. You're going to talk about the things that are uncomfortable, and you're going to sell when it feels uncomfortable. Okay? This is the journey of an entrepreneur. And so as an entrepreneur, hi Adini, thanks for joining, honey. So as an entrepreneur, and I'm talking to you business owners, entrepreneurs, all of you guys, but this goes way beyond your role as coach, mentor, whatever business you're in, and says, I see the missing link in society, in this world, and I'm going to create the solution to fill that gap. That's what you're in the business of doing. I don't care what business you're in, okay? As an entrepreneur, you're going on a spiritual journey. It's a spiritual awakening. Your business is not a machine that's supposed to be performing for you, right? Or validating you, or making you feel good about yourself. It is a vessel, it is a ceremony, it is a bridge to create the legacy that you're here to create. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So, first of all, and yeah, it is scary, isn't it, Jody? Absolutely. Let's talk social media, because I want to talk to you about how to use this in integrity and use it on behalf of your highest soul expression. Being on social media, especially right now, more than ever, is really a very emotional and turbulent kind of experience, right? And many people are confused right now in how to show up, how to do it right, how to speak to their audience, what they need to do, and whether they should be showing up more or less or what, okay? And I know that this can put us into the space of overwhelm, right? Because we think we've got to do all the things to get the business that we need to get. And our inner child can get triggered. And social media can really look like you're trying to fit in. It's a playground, right? You're trying to fit in. You're worried about getting judged or rejected or all of those stuff, right? And it can cause you to feel like you don't know how to show up in your business or online. So on social media, you're going to compare. You're going to get probably, internally abusive every time you open up your app. And this is exactly why you're avoiding. That's why you're not showing up. That's why you're not getting the feedback you want, because you've got inner child running. And the reason why my business is so successful online, it's not because I have what you don't have. There's nothing about me that is any more special or more put together than you. The thing that is different is my belief system around what it is I am here to do on social media, what it is I am here to do for my clients and this world. The reason why I show up, and you see me show up so much, is because of the message I'm here to deliver. And it's my inherent value that I believe in that keeps me showing up consistently. Does this make sense? So, on top of these limiting beliefs, and these bullshit stories that I see happening, I see that people think that, oh, I need more followers, or I need more engagement, or why isn't people liking my posts, and that's what means more money. And the lifestyle of an influencer is all of a sudden the best and the most effective and the best lifestyle. And that is so harmful. This is what's causing us to not even want to show up, because we're comparing ourselves to others. And it's all a lie. And it's all an illusion. I created a 6-figure business with less than 1,700 followers. You do not need more followers. You do not need more engagement. You do not need more likes to create more money. You need depth in your business. You need a community who trust you and believe what you have to offer and feel your beautiful, authentic, true nature behind the screen. And you've all got it. You're not here to be an entrepreneur who's pulling 10K months and I'm good, or you're idolizing about 10K months. That's not what we're doing. And if you want to go bigger than that, because that's why you guys are even with me, and you're up to the long game, like this is your life fucking work, excuse my language, but it's sort of needed right now. Like, this is to the day you die, that you are gonna show up and you are a living, breathing vessel of your mission. That, if that's you, that's the long game. My invitation to you from this day forward, and tomorrow is the Lion's Gateway, the portal, right? So from tonight onward, that you make that commitment, that you stop counting how many people are seeing, how many followers you have, how many likes you're getting on a post, and you start building a community based on integrity, based on harmony, based on trust, based on unconditional love. A community that cannot wait to change the world with you. A community that you know needs your message. A community that you know needs your work. That is what creates prosperity and abundance and all that you're craving within your business. Okay? And I'm speaking to each and every single one of you business owners in this group, because there's no way you're doing this work with me to be in the, in the dabbling, in that playground of being judged or rejected. We are way past that now, especially what this world is going through. We are in the middle of a revolution right now. I don't care how many followers you have, how successful you are, we're all being called to a higher game, period. And it's time to get out of the individual conversation of how can I get more eyes on my business, and shift it into how can we create a mission that serves humanity through what we have to offer, through our content, through what we're sharing. Okay? How can I create on behalf of the creator that has chosen my eyeballs, my hands, my voice to express and create a message for my brothers and sisters that need it out there? Whoever your niche is, that's it. You want to know, really, do you want to be seen? You want to create epic content? You want to this is what you need to do. You need to get out of the how can I mentality and get into the we conversation, because this is not about you, this is about a collective, right? And so here's the thing, the world as we know it in the next 6 months is going to be turned upside down. And that's not being negative. We don't want things to go back to normal. We are in the middle of a revolution. We are in the middle of a mass awakening, and right now we're sitting in between two worlds, and we're in the shadow. And we need as many hands on deck, speakers, entrepreneurs, leaders, whatever you are called into. I need you to see and be willing to see the missing link in society, in the coaching industry, in whatever industry you are in, and fill it with your integrity, fill it with your heart, fill it with your soul, and not just for you, but on behalf of the planet. Let this be your call to action. Put down your superficial focus and the superficial sense, and start to really get real with yourself as to why you are even online right now. Why are you here? Why do you decide to post? It's not to copy some of the same shit you saw someone else get a bunch of likes on, right? There is an insertion ready to be injected, right, into society's psyches through you. The more you learn how to channel on behalf of your soul's highest truth, the more it's going to be enjoyable for you. The more you show up as you. It's not the amount of content you're putting out there, or the amount of the need to be seen. It's what you're putting out there. It's your energy. It's the depth of what you're putting out there. And if you're using social media for anything else, and you're not using it to create massive shifts, I don't know what you're doing. So what are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? Why are you waiting? Right? And just let me know if this is speaking to you, and I'll just read. Yeah, so you don't even know who's looking, Jody. You don't even know who is watching you. You get so many people, and I get so many people who aren't liking a single thing, who haven't said 2 words to my post, and all of a sudden they're in my inbox saying, I want to work with you. I didn't even know they've been watching me. You just don't know who's looking. It could be that one story that you're afraid of sharing that gets that one person to wake up. Okay? So why are you here? Why do you decide to post? It's not to... Do you get what I'm saying? So you're using social media okay? Instead of seeing it, because I know that it can feel like this playground where you feel bullied or trying to fit in, or essentially that's what it is, okay? But you need to clear that shit. That's old news. We need leaders right now who are not going to be afraid to show up with fire and heart and beauty and truth. We no longer need to read the same old recycled posts. That was cute and fun and great, but we're creating a new reality right now. We're in the middle of a revolution. We're all in this new space. I'm with you guys of learning with new momentum, and I know you know what I'm talking about because you'd be able to feel it. And there's something coming, and if you're feeling like I am, and I know that because even part of me is terrified. It's like, oh my God, right? And then there's another part that says, let's do this. Let's start that fire. Let's build the bridge. Let's state our uncomfortable truth. Let's share that one story that we haven't shared because we're afraid of what people are going to think, right? That will maybe create that one shift for another human being who needs to also wake up. And what I'm preaching here, and I know I am, I can feel I am, it's like Dad's coming through, but I can feel something bigger coming through. And what's really happening, and this is really a proposition, are you willing to be the disruptor, the trigger to wake someone else up? If you can reach one person, you've changed the entire world. And if your content's not doing that, if you're not showing up, and you know if you are or not, then there's something off. And you have the opportunity to shift that. But I'm here because I'm done with all the entrepreneurs who are stumbling through doubt, there is that, doubt, and they're going to judge me, and what will I sound like, and she's made it, how can I look like that, and oh, she's all perfect, I need to be like that. That is superficial shit. And the more you focus on that, the less the depth your business, and the less the depth your business is, you're not going to make it through this awakening. And many won't have the courage to tell you this, but I'm looking at you guys right now, and I'm telling you right now, because I've seen it one time too many. And so this is my thing for you, okay? It's time to show the world your vulnerable truth. It's time to show the world who the F you are and why you are here. Otherwise, why do we have a business? Because being in business is the highest form of self-development work that you could ever do. It is your spiritual awakening. If you're not willing to do that, maybe you're meant to be somewhere else. And that's okay if you are. Maybe you can inject your truth somewhere else. But if you're meant to be showing up online, if this is your calling, if you know that your business is your calling, I don't care what anyone else has told you. I know it's not going to be comfortable. It's not meant to be, and it's not going to be easy, right? I've been doing this for years, and I still show up scared. I get terrified when I share posts. I get nervous and goosebumps. But all of those are signs that I'm on the edge of truth. And that's how I want to live my life, and that's how I want you to live yours. Go to your edge, because right now that's all that exists. And if you don't, you're doing a huge disservice to those people who need you right now. Not to mention how incredible it is that we have this resource of social media to share our truth. So imagine 10 years from now, someone can stumble on your work and your stuff and discover things for themselves that they can use. You're leaving that behind, right? And so consider this right now with me, business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, leaders, your ego death now. Are you willing to surrender your ego? Are you willing to surrender your worries, your fear, your inauthenticity, your masks? Are you willing to sacrifice that so something greater can flow through to you? And your beating heart can flow through to you, and the legacy that lives in your beating heart, that the world is craving and needing, can come through to you. And like I said, that's not for everyone. Entrepreneurship's not for everyone, right? And that's okay. But you are an entrepreneur, get in the game. Say what you need to say. You show up in your truth or don't. Stop worrying about it, stop mentally abusing yourself, and stop pretending you don't know. That's it. Okay? You don't need to, because you're like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I get that too much. It's like, oh no, I'm here, I'm calling you out and I'm calling you forward. You know what to say, you know exactly how to say it. You do, right? You have clarity in your channels already. Clear it if you need it. If it's blocking you, clear it. But you showing up online means you're going to be choosing the uncomfortable. And we've been taught too much to be the good little girls and the good little boys, right? Make sure it's right, make sure it's perfect, make sure no one can say shit about it, right? That's the biggest mistake you can make. And then your content ends up getting watered down. It's vanilla, it's not authenticity, it sounds the same, the stuff that's been circulating, right? So my solution and offering to you, I want you to say the thing that will cause the disruption. Say the thing that you've been wanting to say, but it scares you. Show up, share that story, share you. This is going to require you, your mess is your message. This is going to require you to be vulnerable. Okay, say the thing that's downloading through to you. You're getting these messages on any given moment on behalf of your soul, and it's up to you whether you're listening and taking action in what you've just raised your hand for. You didn't say yes to entrepreneurship because it's fun. Cool? Okay? And every time you turn your back on it, you're confirming, I'm not ready yet, or I'm not good enough. And you are at the gate of your own consciousness. My invitation is not to avoid, but to be aware and awake. When you go online, you do know that, like say Instagram, let's use that as an example. You know Instagram is created to hypnotize you. It's designed to put you in unconscious state. So think about the scrolling, think about the repetitive linking, the thing that creates the addiction. It's designed to put you in an unconscious state. So I want to teach you, and what my invitation to you is to start showing up online consciously so that you can be a teacher, the leader, the channel versus an unconscious consumer looking at everybody else. Okay? So tonight, when you're on the app, I just want you to notice what happens where you're unconsciously going. Who are you going? Where do you go? Where do you unconsciously go? And who's doing the watching? Who's doing the consuming? Is it you, or is it your inner child that's comparing and seeing how she's not good enough? Or is it the soulful leader in you who has something to say, who has very specific intentions for why you're using social media? And if you're using social media right now, it's your job, not your escape, period. So I would recommend you unfollow everyone if that's what's happening until you feel deeply rooted in your voice, in your mission, in your lane, and this is about you using your voice. Focus on building your community. That's where your business gets to thrive. That's where the soul of your business gets to thrive. And in order to have the depth it needs to have and be, this is what it is. So shift out from the metrics, the result, the how many numbers. Think about what you're doing from a higher perspective. You are the creator. You use social media as the bridge to leave your legacy and mission behind. And the content that you're sharing and you create from, that's more impactful than needing to post because of algorithms and whatever. So one of the women today that I was working with, she won't mind me sharing, it's about, I need to show up and be seen. I haven't done that. I've gone too inward and I haven't put myself out there. And it's like, well, it's not about how often, it's the quality. And her posts have such depth and quality that it's almost like, let that be enough because it's reverberating. Okay? So you showing up is because you're being called to be all you can be. And business is built on depth. And business that is built on depth is going to outlive any business built on superficial results and quick fixes. And you know, because I'm not the one that needs to sleep with you every night, you know if you're in integrity and whether you're truly showing up in your authentic light. So get in the practice, Call yourself forward on a daily basis, and this is the biggest thing I'm going to leave you with, and I'm going to really drop this bomb on you. I want you to sit with this. What would it look like if you were no longer, or you no longer had to be in the loop of constantly practicing and doing and in that hustle mode? And what would it look like if you were in a relationship on behalf of God, on behalf of the Creator that brought this universe into existence? What would it look like if you were in the relationship of receiving instead of being constantly practicing and doing? Receiving on behalf of what's being channeled through and bringing that into existence. Because from that place, this is not your action center, guys. Your mind is not your action center. Your gut is. This is the place of doing. And from here, this is where the fire is. Nothing can stop you when you're on that path. And knowing that we're all spiritual beings who are here to enjoy the reality that is being created through us. And the more you clear your channels, the more the reality will be created through you. Through image, words, whatever it is that feels aligned for you.